name is Ohana. I have two children. My first son is 8 years old from year 4 and my daughter is 6 years old from year 1.
My name is Tom Bersinger and I'm American and I've been living in Asia for over 20 years. We were living in Bangkok for 5 years and had our 2 children there in Bangkok, and then made a decision about 2 years ago to move to Phuket and bring our family down here. We went on our journey in how to get here, how we got here. We were living, of course, in Bangkok. Bangkok's a great place, good schools, but it wasn't what we wanted for our children.
Actually, we have to say we have to thank the pollution that attacked Bangkok, and you know, every week I have to take the children out of Bangkok for the good air, and then we talk to our children and say like, hey, how about Phuket, right? Have good school, and so we have like a alternative station, and we land to Phuket.
Yeah, so we weren't happy with the quality of life. We didn't want our kids growing up in a condo with no grass, no nature to run around. We were very upset about the pollution that for 4 months in the beginning of every year gets really bad. And I had a lot of almost guilt about my kids, you know, breathing that air. And at the same time, we looked at, you know, should we move back to the US? And so we did a lot of research around that. But then coincidentally, one of my friends told us that we should check out Phuket. And so we made a trip down and we looked at the various schools and places to live and all that Phuket had to offer. And we decided to give it a trial for a 3 months period. So at that time, we selected another school and enrolled our kids and got a place for the family to live, and just started the trial. And I remember the second week calling the family saying, how are things going? And they both said, oh, we're never going back to Bangkok. And I said, well, it's the honeymoon period, they're having a great time, let's check in the next 6 weeks. And every time we talked about it, they liked it more and more. And I think what was interesting was we originally came to Phuket with that tourist mentality, but then we realized that island offered so much more. And if you combine what the island offers or what the schools were offering, it was the total package that we got that we are super happy about. So at that point, after the trial, we decided to stay here full time, decide not to move back to America. And actually my wife had found another school that she thought would suit our children, BISP, and so we went through that application process and got our children enrolled in the school. So that's kind of a summary on how we got here.
To be honest, right, in the beginning that we just land here, that I was not sure that Phuket is for us. Why? You know, because like, we always have things to do, a lot of things to do, and you know, it's a human nature. You always, right, be comfort in your comfort zone, right? And I'm kind of like, I'm not so sure, but since we landed, and just the shifting, I can't believe, you know, that I actually love being here so much. And I told my family, sorry, that I will not move back to Bangkok. And more, right, the optimal environment that school have, the good air, you know, the good people, the feelings, I feel like, wow, I have to thank you for pollution that bring me here to Phuket, and we love it so much, and we have such a positive lifestyle here.
I'm in a unique position where I'm able to commute back and forth between Bangkok, where I work, and then come down here for weekends and long weekends and stuff. And because of the holidays in Thailand and my own holidays and their school breaks, they come to Bangkok to visit me. It works, you know, and it's something, we're a very close-knit family, and it was something we talked about. And you know, it's not a perfect scenario, but boy, my kids are thriving and our family is thriving with this environment. Our life is obviously the wonderful community of BIS, but also the great community of Phuket. You can go to art festivals or best hamburger contest like last week and just run into your friends and neighbors and have chats, and you're in this wonderful environment, this beautiful environment, and it's just really working for our family.
I think about my life in Bangkok. We actually had a very good life in Bangkok to compare to many people. I'm very grateful about it. But we were here and we saw our children run around freely. And what I'm impressed by is a lot, right? The teachers here, the staff here are very happy. I look at everyone, I say happy, and then I go, wow, everyone's so happy here. It's a good sign, you know. I walk around and it looks like every student can play in their own pace. There are space that you can go. All the adults, you can get around together, and they say, wow, it was so good, and I feel like so grateful to be here.
As I mentioned, we did a trial at another school, and during that trial, O learned a lot about the other schools on the island, and she kept coming back and telling me, we have to check out BIS, we have to check out BIS. And I'd ask her why, and she said, it's an established school, it's been open for over, I think, almost 25 years. She's met some of the teachers, the parents, and it all seemed to be where our children, you know, would thrive the best. So we applied and were able to get in and start that.
You cannot compromise the best education for your children, and it's your duty to find the best for your children. So I look around and I heard about BISP. I came here and said, we have to come to check it here. And to me, you know, to make a decision, it's not about the facility and everything, right? It's about what suits your child most. What can make the best education and lifestyle for your child most, and then you make decision because of that reason.
I think it's two things. The teachers are so important. You can have the best facilities, you can have the newest facilities, you can say we have the most cutting edge, you know, progressive curriculum. But at the end of the day, it's how much passion do the teachers have? And what I find about BIS, first of all, my understanding is very low turnover here. There's a lot of couples, you know, husbands and wives that are working here, and they like to be here, as O said. They're happy, and that, you know, the children feed off of that, and they love to learn. When this COVID situation broke and we were able to go back to school, for the first 3 Friday nights, both of my children said to me, Daddy, can we go to school on Saturday? I want to see my teacher on Saturday. And then our son Lash actually said, could I have a private tutoring session with Miss James? And I was quite surprised at that, because I know in my schooling, I never wanted to go to school on Saturday. But they love their teachers, they love to learn, and it's not work for them. It's great.
I'm a big believer about environment. Environment can shape you, right? So it's about which environment you pick for your life. And BISP have the optimal environment, right? So I can see that it's so easy to learn fast here. It's so easy to have a very, you know, high quality life here. It's so easy because why? The school provide a good environment for everyone here. So I believe in the environment.
Well, the other thing that is important to us is what, besides the academics, what also is available for our kids. And, you know, my son's taking 2 after-school art classes. He's doing golf, where they have a golf facility here. He's doing basketball. Of course, he's doing football. Our daughter's doing trapeze and gymnastics. And it's not high pressure. sports. It's enjoy it, learn, experience it, and find your passion. And I really think this school is helping our children find the passion, their passion. And that's what we want, right? I should mention this. We are really happy with the Thai program here. We want our children to read and write Thai, not just speak it. And the support they're getting through teachers like Crew Pat and others, our children are really making great progress in that, and that's important.
It was so funny because my kids love school so much. Every single morning excited to go to school, it's such a good sign, right? And they love school. They talk about their friends, their teachers, right? About all the positive things. I have to be honest, sometimes I'm so jealous about the kids' lifestyle here. They do many things, very progressive, right? And have a good connection with teachers and staff and feel safe here so they can be freedom to learn.
Well, I think even after only being here for, approaching 2 years, Phuket, every month we learn something new about Phuket, some other activity that our family can participate and do. So, for example, our son is now a part of the sailing class, the Phuket Yacht Club, the sailing. So he's learning how to sail. But there's always surfing. There's always something new for our family to do and to engage in.
Have everything for everyone. It's not perfect, but let's say what you want for to have a good life. You want a good air. You want a good environment. You want a good education for your kids. You want that things, and Phuket have that. And what I like most about BISP, I have to say, the last year they had the football event, and they had the international school, right?
Soccer center.
And I had a pride to tell my friends from Bangkok that this is our school. I'm give them that, hey, this is our school, BISP, our kids are here. And that moment I feel, wow, that's a pride to be in BISP. So I think it feels so good to be here.
I think I would say that this is a best kept secret. Phuket is a best kept secret for Southeast Asia as a place to live and for families to live and touch so many different, check off so many different things that most families want. And I think you have to think of Phuket as not just a tourist destination. It's actually a place where you can live and your family, your children can grow up to be quite happy. So I feel lucky that we've discovered Phuket and BIS, and we're making the commitment to be here for a long time because of that.
Life is full of opportunities. If you can have an opportunity, let's try to come to Phuket and trying to live here. It's just like us, because we try, and then now we are here.